Paper Pianos is a musical documentary and a portrait piece about Milad Yusufi, a young refugee from Kabul, Afghanistan, who was forbidden to play music under the Taliban's reign.
There are a number of things that Mary is doing in her music which are really unique and new experiences for us and that we're exploring through these workshops. One is the way she's using voice.
I was in love with the piano's key, black and white, black and white.
So in my music, I really like this idea of storytelling, but I really like this idea of storytelling coming from the people who have actually experienced these stories themselves.
Milad's voice is the heart of the piece. Milad is, the central character in the story, and he's telling his story to us on a recording.
The reason that I practiced piano on a piece of paper was music was completely forbidden during the Taliban period.
Balancing the text is incredibly tricky. For most of the time, I really want the audience to understand what's being said, but at other times, I think it's okay for the ensemble to overwhelm the text, for us to not understand everything and sort of be swept away with the psychological trajectory of what Milad might be going through.
They said music is forbidden in Islam. They said music is forbidden in Islam. They said music is forbidden. Music is forbidden in Islam.
To teach himself how to play piano, he would actually draw keys on a piece of paper and practice that every day. And he became a really wonderful musician that way.
The idea of paper pianos is the heart of that. And so there's lots of paper in the piece, and that's something that Mary is playing with, is ways of incorporating playing with paper and how do you make sounds on paper.
We spent a few days doing interviews with people who support refugees, people who are refugees. We have this one really interesting story. We have a number of other voices talking about their experiences, and what the piece is also going to explore, who are the people and what are the structures that actually are behind the refugee experiences, people whose narratives and voices we don't frequently hear, people who help settle refugees, people who study the refugee experience. And some of those people are refugees themselves and bring a wonderful duality to the piece.
People are going to be struck by Milad's story. That's really what drives the whole show, is this incredible story of this person growing up in unimaginably difficult circumstances of life under the Taliban. Obviously a intensely important and relevant story in a time when dislocation of vast numbers of people is a crisis. It's very important, and it's a very moving story told by a really incredible person.
My hope is that in these types of pieces that they just connect to the individual sharing their story on a very human to human level. That's all I can ask for. I can't ask to change anybody's mind politically at this point, but I can ask for them to just see someone as a human for what they are and connect with them in that way.